This is ANN News Brief.
Burundi's presidential, parliamentary and local elections are just 8 months away, but the United Nations is calling attention to what it says are serious human rights violations in the country. In its report released on Wednesday at the United Nations in Geneva, the Conflict of Interest Board concludes the existence of a climate of fear and intimidation of all persons who do not support the ruling party. The report also says members of the party's youth league, agents of the National Intelligence Service, and of the police and local authorities continue to commit human rights serious violations against Burundi citizens in all corners of the country. The Commission details in its report how local authorities and the ruling party's youth wing intimidate local population to force them to join, support, and contribute to the ruling party. It also says women and girls are gang raped by the youth wing during attacks off their homes or while trying to flee the country. The report describes the alarming violence with acts that illustrate these violations are summary executions, disappearances including enforced disappearances, arbitrary arrests and detentions, cases of torture, ill treatment, and sexual violence. A UN organization says unidentified attackers have killed 2 aid workers who were returning from a refugee camp in western Ethiopia region. The staff of US-based Action Against Hunger were returning from a child nutrition center at Guyere refugee on Thursday when they came under attack in Gambela region, which shares a porous frontier with South Sudan. Action Against Hunger said in a statement on Thursday, 2 employees were killed at the scene. There was no immediate comment from Ethiopia authorities on the incident. The aid group has now suspended full operations in Gambela, but says they are maintaining the provision of life-saving assistance. The refugees are part of 2.3 million people who have fled South Sudan since 2013, when it descended into civil war, 2 years after gaining independence from Sudan. We'll return after this message.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Ethiopia's national air carrier, Ethiopian Airlines, is planning to increase its weekly flight between the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa, and Chinese cities from 35 to 50 in order to meet the increasing demand for flights to Africa from Chinese businessmen, investors, and tourists. The carrier was the first African airline to start flight services to China in 1973. Currently, it operates daily passenger flights from Addis Ababa to Guangzhou and Beijing, and 3 times a week passenger flight to Chengdu, as well as daily passenger and cargo flights to Hong Kong and Shanghai.
Our aspirations are we want to have 52 passenger flights a week. That means we are going to make our Guangzhou flights from 10 per week to twice daily.
That is ANN News Brief. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.